Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be doing an unboxing, or rather an unwrapping, of two new Prince reissues that have just come out. We have Lovesexy, there we are, and we have Come. So these have been reissued by Sony, I believe it's Sony, or under license to Sony. And Lovesexy came out in '88. I've had it on vinyl for a while, but my copy is kind of old and worn, and it skips in a certain part. In fact, it to the point where when I actually listen to the CD of Lovesexy, it sounds weird to me because my vinyl copy, which I listen to like so much, has a skip in the exact same place like each time, to the point where that actually sounds like part of the song to me now. So hearing it on the CD sounds odd because it doesn't skip. But so yeah, I thought that I would replace my current copy. And with Come, I've never had that on vinyl. It is the only album from like the original Warner Brothers era that I don't actually have on vinyl. So now I finally have it. But we're going to open them up, take a look. One thing I did notice is this is actually like a little bit more zoomed in than the original. Like, I've got my original here. It might not be that apparent on camera, but if I put them side by side, the new one is ever so slightly more zoomed in than the old. It's not really that noticeable, but it is noticeable. Not quite sure why that is, but we're going to open this one first. Now the original also had a sticker on the front that said the name of the album on it. This does not, apart from like the purple one in the corner. So this should be kind of like just a replica of the original, apart from like new copyright information. So we are going to have a look inside. Okay, so what they've done, which I always appreciate, is they've put the record in an anti-static sleeve, and they've put the inner separate, which all of the Sony releases have done. So that's good. So yeah, we have the record there. There's not much to show with these because I've pretty much shown you everything already. There's no kind of like gatefold or anything. So you just have the record and lyrics and copyright info. And that's all there is. I don't know if these come with a digital download code. They don't, but I don't need that anyway. So that is that's Lovesexy. Now Come, which like I said, I've never had on vinyl. Interestingly, the Prince estate has been kind of like in a bit of a shambles for quite a long time. Quality control has just like dropped. The current administration don't seem to know what they're doing, and are argumentative with a lot of people on Twitter, which is a shame. and they actually, when they put out the Twitter announcement for these albums, they said that this is a picture of Prince in front of a graveyard, which it's not actually. It's actually a really rather famous building in Barcelona, I believe it is. It's definitely not a graveyard. I forget the name of the actual building, but I do know that because it's from like a series of photographs that was taken in Barcelona, of which I've seen quite a few. There's another one on the back. Again, not a graveyard. I believe it's like it might be a mausoleum. It's not a million miles away from a graveyard, but right. So again, we have that's your inner, and the record itself in an anti-static sleeve. So this album I didn't actually really like all that much when I first heard it, but it kind of grew on me over the years. I've kind of like got a new appreciation for it, and I do actually quite like it now. Quite a few Prince albums have been like that for me. Like Chaos and Disorder is another one, from like a couple of years after this, which I didn't really like initially, but now actually I think it's actually pretty solid. So that was those two records. There are another two coming out. We're getting the soundtracks for Batman and Graffiti Bridge in about a month's time. They should be coming out in September. Again, I've ordered those just to replace kind of like old worn vinyl copies. They are albums that I do already have, but for now these reissues seem to be all that we're getting. Two tracks were released recently by the Prince estate, and they don't sound the best. One of them is kind of like a more recent track, but it sounds like it's almost in mono because it's just not been mixed properly. Generally when you like mixing a track, you'll pan things left and right to give like the stereo sound, but whoever mixed it just didn't, and everything is placed pretty much center. It's not mono, but it's nearly mono, and it's just it kind of shows that the current management don't know what they're doing. Like I said, they are argumentative, they are vague. A lot of the Twitter interactions have been like really bad from what I've seen of the people currently running it, and they often make like mistakes that people shouldn't make mistakes in that kind of like situation, like getting the names of tracks wrong, not knowing that that's a famous building in Barcelona. Like I don't know the name of it, but they should. Yeah, it seems to be in a bit of shambles at the minute, and there's not been any new music released for quite a while now, and no one really knows what's happening. Well, no new music apart from those couple tracks, but they weren't in the best quality at all. They were actually shared to people who went to the celebration. It is something that happens on Prince's birthday every year down at Paisley Park in Minneapolis. They gave a USB key to all attendees with these two tracks on them, but they were 128 kilobyte MP3 files. They were compressed to shit and sounded awful. when people complained about that, the main management guy said like, oh well, it's coming soon, we don't want people to pirate it, so this is what we're doing, and was arguing with a lot of people, and it's just unprofessional. And if you are in charge of like a major artist's legacy, you're kind of like dicking over the legacy as well as the fans when you do something like that. Just letting stuff be released in like really low quality, it's like what is the point of even releasing it then? No one's actually going to sit and listen to something of that quality and enjoy it. It doesn't make any sense. But that is what the management currently is, and I'm not sure if it will get better. Hopefully it will, but at the moment it's pretty terrible. And like I said, we've not had anything new for quite some time, and these are the first reissues that we've had, I believe, for a couple of years as well. So yeah, not expecting much at all, but we'll see what else comes out, if anything does, because like I said, everything's in shambles at the minute. But I've kind of like rambled and ranted too long, so if you enjoyed this video, please click like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time.